More than 4 decades have passed since Thomas Magnum first drove a Ferrari along the beaches of Hawaii and made us all wish we lived on a tropical estate. And the cast's real lives brought 2 quiet losses. One survivor who refused every health battle thrown at him, and one man at 81 who simply will not stop working. Let's see where they are in 2026. Number 1. Tom Selleck as Thomas Magnum. Born in 1945, Tom was 34 years old when he first appeared in a Hawaiian shirt behind the wheel of a red Ferrari and became one of the defining faces of 1980s television. He had famously turned down the role of Indiana Jones. He was committed to Magnum PI and couldn't get out of his contract, and spent 8 seasons building one of the most beloved characters in CBS history. The show won him an Emmy and a Golden Globe and made him a global icon. After Magnum PI, Tom built a second television empire on Blue Bloods, playing the Reagan family patriarch Frank Reagan for 14 seasons on CBS, making him one of the few actors in history to headline 2 separate decade-long television franchises. Blue Bloods ended before Tom was ready to say goodbye, and he has been publicly honest about that. When the show was canceled and his co-star Donnie Wahlberg moved on to a spin-off called Boston Blue, Tom told journalists it wasn't a great feeling. But he hasn't paused for a single day. He switched talent agencies from CAA to UTA, a bold move at any age, let alone at 80, and told Parade magazine he wants to sit on a horse again, eyeing a role in a Taylor Sheridan Western. He said, "I want to work as long as they'll have me." Now 81 years old in 2026, Tom Selleck is still one of the most recognizable faces in American television history, and he is still out there looking for his next chapter.
Number 2. John Hillerman as Jonathan Quayle Higgins III. Born in 1932 in Denison, Texas, the son of a gas station owner from a tiny railroad town, John Hillerman spent decades becoming one of television's most convincing upper-class British characters. That accent was not natural. He worked extensively with a vocal coach to build it from scratch, erasing every trace of his Texas roots so completely that British fans who wrote him fan mail were genuinely surprised and a little heartbroken when he wrote back to let them down gently. He was, he said, a native Texan who hoped they would forgive him. As Higgins, the fastidious, perpetually exasperated estate manager who tried with increasing futility to maintain order around Tom Selleck's chaos, John Hillerman earned 4 consecutive Emmy nominations and won in 1987 for Best Supporting Actor. He also won a Golden Globe. After Magnum PI, John quietly walked away. He moved back to Houston, near his birthplace, 17 years before his death, content to leave Hollywood entirely behind. His nephew Chris Tritico remembered him as someone with an outstanding sense of humor and as one of the most well-read people he had ever met. "You couldn't play Scrabble with him," he said. John Hillerman died of natural causes at his Houston home on November 9th, 2017. He was 84 years old.
Number 3. Roger E. Mosley as Theodore T.C. Calvin. Born in 1938 in Los Angeles and raised in the Watts neighborhood of South Central, Roger E. Mosley grew up with almost nothing and turned himself into one of the most recognizable faces on American television. He appeared in 158 episodes of Magnum PI as T.C. Calvin, the Vietnam veteran helicopter pilot who operated a tourist charter called Island Hoppers and who rescued Thomas Magnum from more impossible situations than could reasonably be counted. He was not just an actor on the show. He wrote and directed an episode himself. And in his personal life, he was every bit as principled as TC. He didn't smoke, didn't drink, didn't use drugs, and insisted his character didn't either. In 2022, Roger was still active, still receiving fan mail for TC more than 30 years after the original show ended. His daughter wrote online that week that fans from around the world still sent him cards and things to sign. On August 4, 2022, Roger E. Mosley was involved in a major car accident in Linwood, California. The crash left him paralyzed from the shoulders down and in critical condition. 3 days later, on August 7, 2022, surrounded by his family, including his wife of nearly 60 years, Antoinette, Roger passed away at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. He was 83 years old. His daughter's tribute became one of the most widely shared celebrity farewells of that year. She wrote, "He would hate any crime done in his name. It is time to celebrate the legacy he left for us all." She also shared one detail that captured him perfectly. He carried a bag of Starbucks gift cards wherever he went to hand out to people who had done something good. That was TC. That was Roger.
Number 4. Larry Manetti as Orville Rick Wright. Born in 1947 in Chicago, Larry Manetti was 32 years old when he joined Magnum PI as Rick Wright, the fast-talking, well-connected Vietnam veteran who ran the King Kamehameha Club and knew everybody on the island worth knowing. He was Tom Selleck's genuine off-screen friend before the show even began, and the chemistry between them was real. After Magnum PI, Larry continued working steadily in television and wrote a memoir called Aloha Magnum, which gave fans an honest, funny look behind the scenes of one of the best-loved shows of the decade. But in the years that followed, Larry Manetti's health put everything else in perspective. He suffered a heart attack and underwent triple bypass surgery in 2009, then a stroke. Then in 2017, he was diagnosed with stage 4 bladder cancer. 3 major health crises across 8 years. He fought through all of them. He spoke openly about each one and became an advocate for cancer awareness. He made guest appearances in the 2018 Magnum PI reboot and in Blue Bloods alongside Tom Selleck, a reunion that fans were genuinely moved by. Now 78 years old, Larry Manetti is, against every odd, still here and still working. In 2018, CBS launched a full reboot of Magnum PI. A new cast, a new Magnum, the same Hawaiian sunshine. Tom Selleck gave the project his blessing publicly, which mattered enormously to the fan base. Roger E. Mosley appeared in the first episode of the reboot as TC's barber, a wordless but deeply appreciated cameo that connected the 2 generations of the show. Larry Manetti made 2 guest appearances across the run. The reboot ran for 6 seasons before CBS canceled it in 2024. In its final stretch, it had been picked up by NBC after CBS initially canceled it, a rare second life that spoke to how much audience loyalty the Magnum name still carried. John Hillerman quietly returning to Texas, playing Scrabble and leaving Hollywood to itself. Roger E. Mosley carrying gift cards for strangers in his pocket right up until the end. Larry Manetti surviving a heart attack, a stroke, and stage 4 cancer, and still showing up on set. And Tom Selleck, at 81, switching talent agencies and telling the world he wants to sit on a horse again. Magnum PI was a show about a man who never gave up. It turns out the people who made it never did either. Which cast member's story moved you the most? Drop it in the comments below. And subscribe. We have so much more coming from the shows that made your childhood.